Before we dive into how to write a great SATCOM CV, it's important to understand what employers are actually looking for. In most cases, they're scanning for three core elements: basic RF knowledge, some familiarity with ground equipment, and a working understanding of network concepts like TCP/IP or routing. We'll come back to these ideas throughout the next slides. But now let's focus on how to structure your CV to highlight them clearly, even if you don't have deep experience yet. Let's now break down the key parts of your SATCOM CV. Start with the basics: your full name, contact information, LinkedIn profile, and your current location, especially if you're open to relocation. Next, include a short professional summary, just 5 or 6 lines, to tell them who you are and what you bring to the table. Then, move into your key skills. This is where you show your technical value. Let's group them by type. First, list your experience with satellite networks like GEO, MEO, or LEO systems. Then mention the tools you've used: spectrum analyzers, RF chains, modem configurations, anything hands-on. Also include protocols you know, like DVB-S2, TCP/IP, or SNMP. These show you understand how systems talk. Add software you've worked with: SATmaster, iDirect NMS, AutoCAD, anything relevant to network planning or teleport ops. And finally, include any certifications you've completed: GVF, CCNA, anything that proves your technical credibility. Remember, this section is your chance to match the job description, so include what's relevant and be specific. Now we can move on with the education. Degrees in telecommunications, electronics, computer science, or aerospace are all highly relevant. Highlight them clearly. Now, if you already have experience, this is important. Use the STAR format to describe your roles: situation, task, action, result. Emphasize anything hands-on: fieldwork, troubleshooting, installations. And make sure to mention if you've worked with satellite operators, teleport stations, NOCs, or mobile network operators. These are strong signals that you've been close to real SATCOM operations. Then, show your certifications and trainings, things like GVF, CCNA, Cisco, RF safety, or comms on the move. These prove your technical credibility. When it comes to languages, there's no way around it. English is the working language in SATCOM. If you're not fluent yet, make it a priority. Also, let recruiters know if you're willing to travel or relocate. Many SATCOM roles involve field work or international deployments. Let's finish with a few pro tips to help you stand out and common mistakes to avoid. First, use SATCOM-specific keywords. Recruiters often filter CVs by terms like uplink, RF chain, modem configuration, L-band, or DVB-S2. Make sure these are in your skills and experience. Second, quantify your impact. Numbers stand out. Instead of saying "I supported operations," say "I reduced link downtime by 15%. That tells them what you actually achieved. Third, avoid complex formatting. If you use tables, images, or PDF scans, many applicant tracking systems might not read your CV properly. Always submit a clean text-based file. If you're just starting out, add a projects section. Even if it's from university or personal work, mention anything related to RF, networking, or satellite systems. And finally, don't be afraid to show your passion. If you love this field, say it. Even small things, a project, an online course, a hobby, can make the difference. Trust me, it does matter. Before you send your CV, make sure it's ATS friendly. That means it can be correctly read by the applicant tracking systems that many companies use. Here's how. First, use standard section headers like Professional Summary or Work Experience. Avoid tables, columns, or text boxes. These can confuse the software. Include relevant keywords from the job descriptions, especially technical skills or tools. Avoid fancy formatting. Keep your layout clean with no graphics or icons. Always include both the month and year for job dates. Make sure your job titles match the roles you're targeting. Use bullet points instead of long paragraphs to describe your experience. And finally, save your CV as a Word document or PDF, depending on what the platform allows. These simple steps will help ensure your CV makes it past the system and into human hands. Before you move on to the next lecture, don't forget to check out the resources section. We've included a few helpful tools to make your CV writing much easier. First, there's a downloadable CV template for SATCOM roles in Word format. You can just fill in your details and adjust it based on what we've discussed in this lecture. Second, you'll find a quick job ad cheat sheet. It lists the most common things SATCOM recruiters are asking for, so you can align your CV with real job descriptions. And third, we've added a mini glossary of SATCOM acronyms, so you can use the right terms and understand what you're reading in job ads. These are all available in the Resources tab of this lecture. Download them and keep them close. They'll save you time and make your application stronger.